It's late at night and the moon hangs low in the sky. The only sound is the flicker of your television as you sit in front of it with the controller in hand. You've always loved horror games, the thrill of the unknown, the adrenaline rush of fear. But you're not alone in your love of these games. Around the world, millions of people like you are eagerly seeking out the next horror experience to send shivers down their spines. From the dark, claustrophobic corridors of abandoned space stations to the haunted halls of abandoned mansions, horror games offer an escape into a world of terror that is both exhilarating and terrifying. And when it comes to horror games on the Nintendo Switch, there are some truly spine-tingling titles to choose from. In today's video, I'll talk about 5 horror games you must play on the Nintendo Switch.
Wow, that was tense! Alright, this list is in no particular order, so stay tuned to the end to not miss any game, and without any further ado, let's get started! As the first game in the list, Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse is a survival horror video game that takes place on Rogetsu Island, a secluded Japanese island shrouded in mystery and dark secrets. The game follows the story of 3 young women, Misaki Aso, a freelance journalist, Ruka Minazuki, a blind girl searching for her missing friend, and Madoka Tsukimori, a shrine maiden tasked with protecting the island's ancient ritual. The 3 heroines find themselves drawn to Rogetsu Island and soon discover that the island is plagued by supernatural occurrences and malevolent spirits. Armed only with the Camera Obscura, a special camera that can capture images of ghosts and spell their energy, the trio must unravel the island's dark history and uncover the truth behind the mysterious mask of the lunar eclipse. As they explore the island's abandoned buildings, ancient shrines, and hidden catacombs, the girls must solve puzzles and battle the deadly ghosts that haunt the island. The game's unique combat system requires players to use the Camera Obscura to take pictures of ghosts at the right moment, and the better the shot, the more damage the ghost will take. With its eerie atmosphere, haunting soundtrack, and unique gameplay mechanics, Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse is a spine-tingling adventure that will keep players on the edge of their seats until the very end. The game is a remaster of the Japanese Wii game and is available on the Nintendo Switch since March 9th. Next we have another game in the Fatal Frame franchise. Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater is a survival horror video game that takes place in the ominous Hikami Mountain, a place notorious for its mysterious disappearances and supernatural events. The game follows the story of 3 individuals: Yuriko Tsukata, a young woman seeking her missing friend, Ren Hojo, a former police officer investigating a string of disappearances, and Miyu Hinasaki, the daughter of the protagonist from the first Fatal Frame game. The 3 protagonists find themselves drawn to Hikami Mountain and soon discover that the area is haunted by the ghosts of young women who died there in tragic circumstances. As the story unfolds, the protagonists must confront their own fears and traumas while investigating the dark history of Hikami Mountain. Along the way, they encounter a mysterious woman named Hisoka Kurosawa who seems to have her own hidden agenda. Fatal Frame Maiden of Blackwater is another remaster but now from the original Wii U game, and it's available on the Nintendo Switch since 2021 when it was released on October 28th. Next up, Darkwood. It's a survival horror game that takes place in a strange and foreboding forest filled with supernatural threats and unexplained phenomena. Players take on the role of a nameless protagonist who finds themselves trapped in the woods and must find a way to survive the horrors that lurk there. The game is played from a top-down perspective and features procedurally generated maps, which means that each playthrough is unique and unpredictable. The player must scavenge for supplies, craft items and weapons, and explore the forest while avoiding or fighting off the various monsters and supernatural entities that roam the woods. As the player progresses, they will encounter a range of characters, each with their own backstory and motivations. These characters may offer assistance or pose a threat, and the player must choose how to interact with them, which can have far-reaching consequences for the story. Darkwood's haunting atmosphere is complemented by its unsettling sound design, which includes eerie ambient noises and a dynamic soundtrack that changes based on the player's actions and decisions. The game's narrative is delivered through environmental storytelling and interactions with the various characters, and it slowly builds towards a terrifying and shocking conclusion. With its intense gameplay, unique storytelling, and immersive atmosphere, Darkwood is a must-play for fans of the survival horror genre. The Nintendo Switch version features improved controls and performance, making it an ideal platform for players to experience the horrors of the forest. Darkwood is available on the Nintendo Switch since 16th of May 2019. Next we have Signalis. It's a sci-fi horror game that takes place in a mysterious and abandoned space station deep in the void of space. Players take on the role of a woman named Elster, who wakes up with no memory of her past and must uncover the secrets of the station while surviving the horrors that lurk there. The game features a retro-futuristic art style and an immersive soundtrack that creates a tense and unsettling atmosphere. The player must explore the station, scavenge for supplies, and fight off or avoid the various monsters and supernatural entities that inhabit the station. As the player progresses, they will uncover clues and messages left by the station's previous occupants, which will gradually reveal the story of what happened on the station and Elsa's place in it. The game's story is non-linear, and the player's choices and actions will have consequences that affect the outcome of the game. Signalis gameplay combines exploration, puzzle solving and combat with a range of weapons and tools at the player's disposal. The game's unique mechanics, such as the ability to hack into the station systems and manipulate the environment, add depth and variety to the gameplay. With its immersive atmosphere, intriguing storyline and challenging gameplay, Signalis is a must-play for fans of sci-fi and horror games. It is available on the Nintendo Switch since October 27, 2022. And last but not least, we have Tormented Souls. It is a survival horror game that follows the story of two twin sisters, Caroline and Rebecca, who are investigating the mysterious disappearance of several people in the town of Winter Lake. The game takes place in an abandoned mansion, where the sisters awaken to find themselves trapped and alone, with no memory of how they got there. The game features classic survival horror mechanics, including inventory management, puzzle solving, and combat. The player must explore dimensions eerie hallways and dark corridors, uncovering clues and solving puzzles to progress through the story. As the player progresses, they will encounter a range of supernatural threats, including hostile spirits and undead monsters, which must be fought or avoided. The game's combat system is challenging and requires careful timing and strategy to succeed. Tormented Souls' story is delivered through a mix of environmental storytelling and interactions with the various characters the sisters encounter on their journey. The game's narrative is dark and atmospheric, with a focus on psychological horror and a sense of creeping dread. Tormented Souls is available on the Nintendo Switch since April 14th, 2022. So that was it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, check out my previous video and consider subscribing for more gaming content. I hope you guys have a great week. God bless you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.